In this video, I'm going to be covering why you're not able to scale your brand, why you're failing in doing so, while also covering how a brand was able to generate over $327 million in a 12-month period. Yeah, $327 million in a 12-month period, all with a very simple strategy, which any brand can implement, but they're not able to do so, right? Because they don't have a holistic strategy. And I'm going to go over every single part of the funnel from the actual targeting that they're using, how much traffic they're bringing to the website, and the traffic sources that this traffic is coming from, alongside also the ads, what sort of ads they're running, and how many they're running, and also their organic marketing strategy. And then I'm going to cover the funnel itself, the website. How are they structuring the website? How are they maximizing conversions? How are they bringing all of this traffic in and they're converting and generate this amount of money while other brands are struggling and failing and pretty much not able to make a single sale, right? And then I'm going to cover their email marketing strategy as well, which a lot of brands still neglect, even though it's 2024, right? And so you want to stay towards the end, don't skip around. And if you're not a serious brand owner that actually wants to scale and actually get to these large numbers, then you can click off this video right now, because I can guarantee you that you're going to fail, you're going to be failing in life, and it's not going to work out for you, right? So make sure you stay towards the end. Otherwise, you're just going to be a failed business owner and you're going to be bitter and you're not going to get anywhere pretty much with your business. So just who I am quickly, I'm Sammy. I've been working with brands for the past 5 years now, and I've been able to generate millions of dollars for these brands pretty much with these similar strategies. So I know exactly what's working or what isn't working. For example, I was able to generate $385,000 in a single 60-day period for this brand. And so for this brand called Reformation, right, we're going to cover the whole funnel and you're going to gain a ton of value, right? So Reformation, you may have heard of them before, you may have not. Regardless, they're a massive brand in the fashion space, and they've been able to generate $327 million in a single 12-month period, right? Now, this number ranges between 350 million and 327 million, right? Sort of like averages there, but that's the range that they're hitting. And this is more than like 99.99% of brands, right? So how are they able to generate this amount of money? We're going to go deeper into that. And they were able to double their sales in 4 years, right? So they weren't always doing 300 million, right? So when you say, oh, you can't replicate what they're doing, you can replicate what they're doing. You're just not thinking correctly, right? So you need to understand that wherever you are in your current position, you can always ascend from that. You just need to have the right strategy and you need to have the right mindset, okay? So they were only at 150 million 4 years prior to doing 300 million. So they're also in a very sort of smaller market, eco-friendly space, sustainable fashion. It's not the biggest. It's not like fast fashion, right? They're selling more expensive items, and they are effectively trying to appeal to those that don't like fast fashion, who are not broke people who try to buy like $10 items, right? They sell much more expensive items because their whole USP is on eco-friendly fashion, sustainability, which is a very good cause, which a lot of brands claim they have, but they don't, right? They don't practice what they preach. And so they end up sort of marketing in this sort of USP, but they're not able to back it up. And that's why they fail effectively, right? Whether they're in the fashion, beauty, or clothing space, whatever it may be, they are not able to follow up on their promise. Whereas Reformation has been able to do that quite convincingly, and you'll see what they've been doing in order to do that. So, in terms of the sort of traffic they're bringing to the website, they're bringing roughly around 4 to 5 million monthly visitors to the website every single month. And again, this may seem like a lot of people, right? But this is the sort of numbers you need to be hitting in order to get to that type of revenue, right? So 4 million people every single month, that works out to be 48 million visitors per year on average, right? Or so. So you can see how they're doing the numbers that they're doing. 48 million visitors, they're bringing back over $327 million. So that's the sort of numbers that they're hitting. Now, in terms of the bounce rate, again, is on the lower side, near the average, I would say below average of 38%. It means that only 38% of people who visit the website are clicking off after visiting the first page, right? So that's where they're at. And then you've got these people are visiting 8.7 pages per visit. That is a lot. That's like double of the average. Okay, which is around 4 pages, right, per visitor. So it means that 8 to 9 people on average, 8 to 9 pages are being visited on average by a single visitor, and that obviously correlates with the average visit duration. So people are visiting the website, they're staying on there, and then they're going ahead and looking at all the different products. 8 pages, right? On average, that's a lot of pages. That's a lot of time being spent on the website. That means they're getting indoctrinated into the brand. That means they're more likely to convert. And that's really where you want to be with your brand. If you're getting less than 1 minute visit duration, that's not enough time for people to understand your product, your brand, and then go ahead and purchase and enter the consideration phase, right? If they don't enter that phase, then they're not going to go ahead and purchase, right? They're not going to enter the conversion phase. They're just going to stay at the awareness phase, and that's not enough to get the conversions. And that's why you're struggling with gaining conversions, and why brands like this are pretty much gaining all the market share, right? You may think this is just like a little sort of game, right? But at the end of the day, they're taking your customers, right? So if you're watching this now and you're looking at this and thinking, oh, what's this guy talking about? Why am I covering this? It's because you're not making any sales, right? You're getting a certain amount of revenue, you're not able to grow, and you're wondering why you're not able to get these customers, right? It's because brands like this, who have a very, very nailed down strategy and actually implement the things that is actually matters to the target market, they're taking your customers, right? And they're showing you, look, we're getting 4.6 million visitors to our website, right? While you're getting probably only a few thousand, and we're converting a lot of them. A lot of them are visiting their pages, right? 8 pages per visitor. That is basically outcompeting you, right? And you're just left with the scraps, right? So very important that these metrics are, you're aware of these metrics and that you're actually making steps to improve them. Because if you're not doing that, then you're not going to get anywhere and you're just wasting your time, right? And then you got geography, right? Very important as well. 71% of people from the United States, right? Again, people in the United States are able to have the disposable income to purchase these types of products. So obviously Reformation know that, and they've gone ahead and tried to target these people, and it's working very well for them, right? Because they're appealing to that target demographic, Americans, younger women who are looking to be fashionable, but also eco-friendly, right? Because that's a trend right now, and rightly so. And they're able to capture that portion of the market and also beat out the competitors as well. They're also doing the same thing in the United Kingdom. 9% of the total traffic that's come into the website are from the UK, and then same thing with Canada. So they've gone ahead and tried to pretty much monopolize that part of the industry in the United States and the United Kingdom. Now, in terms of the traffic sources, we've got 46% of the traffic that we saw coming from search. So from paid search, organic search as well, whether that's sort of keyword search or shopping ads, display ads, etc. Which we got here, display ads 7.3%. So they run a lot of Google ads, and that's really what is working for them. So that should be taken into account. And also they've gotten a lot of direct traffic on desktop at least, right? And social is 5.46%. Again, this is on desktop. As we know, social ads are really geared towards mobile. So if this was a metric for mobile, if this was sort of the percentage of mobile, we would see roughly around 50% of the traffic from mobile coming from social ads, right? Which includes Meta, TikTok, Pinterest, etc. And so that's what we're seeing in desktop. This is expected because search, people love to search on Google on their desktop, and then it will come across Reformation, or they may type in the website URL in their search bar, right? Which is what is sort of, this is what this is indicating. So that's really should be taken into account. Okay. Now, once we've gone over that overview, right? Hopefully you understood it. If you haven't, go ahead and watch it again because it's very important. And if you don't understand it, then you're not going to be able to scale your brand or get anywhere with it, right? You're just going to be spinning your wheels and wondering why you're not able to scale, right? Or even get started, right? So you really need to understand that. Now, when it comes to the top of funnel ads, now these ads are pretty much what the first touch point that people are going to see. So when they see this ad, they're going to be introduced to the brand. And you can see here, they have very short copy, right? And they're using profanity as well to attract your attention, right? you need to think outside the box when it comes to ads, because ads is very competitive, right? People are advertising. Everybody and their mom can advertise on flipping Meta or any other type of ad platform. So how are you going to attract their attention, right? When they're seeing 50 ads every single day, which they are, right? When they go on Facebook or when they go on Instagram, they're seeing all these ads, right? So what For Information have gone and done is they've gone and said, okay, let's use some profanity. Let's think outside the box, right? You use very short copy, and that's what's going to attract their attention. Then they've gone ahead and used a branded image. They use a static, and they've got the brand logo in the middle for more or less brand awareness. But that's also introducing them to the brand. Again, they're targeting younger women, and this is what's going to appeal to them, right? They've got the handbag, they've got the clothing, the earrings, etc. So that's what's been working for them. They're also gone ahead and done video ads as well, right? It's very important that you diversify your creative strategy, right? Because if you don't, then you're just showing the same type of content to the whole target market. And the target market is very diverse, right? They want to see different types of content. And each part of the target market has their own preferences and what they react to the best. So you need to make sure that you actually create video ads, statics, carousels, all these different things, UGCs, so that you're actually appealing to different parts of the market. Because if you're not, then you're only appealing to a very small portion, and you find that your performance actually is hindered. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got video ad providing brand story, okay, and USP of sustainability. Okay, it says last year we saved 80,000 metric tons of carbon compared to conventional clothes, right? Why are they saying this? Because their whole USP is sustainability, right? They're leading with that so that they can say attract people who are into sustainable fashion, which is the trend right now. People don't want to buy fast fashion clothing anymore because they understand it has a massive impact on the environment. That's very negative. So they've gone ahead and said, okay, let's actually use this information and show them, okay, we're actually applying our sustainability branding towards the sort of the outside world, right? And that's what they're trying to communicate here. Okay, so if you have a USP, you need to clearly communicate and show and demonstrate that you're actually implementing upon your USP, right? Because a lot of brands say they're sustainable, but they don't actually prove that they are. And you find that brands actually still getting their product from India and they're working for people working on the dollar. So they're pretty much lies at the end of the day. And you're not really authentic. And that's why you're not able to get to the numbers you want to get to, because you're not showing your target market what you need, what you're effectively doing. So, and again, your target market are not dumb, right? We've seen a lot of stuff on the internet, right? Brands that have not really promised sort of to promise the world and can provide nothing, right, in return. So you have to be very cognizant of that and actually go ahead and implement, what you're saying, right? So that's what they're going to do ahead of that, and it's really working well for them. Okay, and that's it really, right? You just have to be authentic, right? You have to show what you actually done, and people appreciate that, right? And that's going to actually give them more trust, right, and get them to purchase. On the other hand, if you just say, oh, we've done this, we are sustainable, but if you don't show that you are sustainable, then people are just gonna be like, oh, you're just like every other sustainable brand, right, that claims they are, but they haven't actually shown proof of that. So that's really what you have to avoid, right? And then again, they're using more branded statics, okay, with different models, right, wearing different products, and that helps with the diversity as well. So they promoted their Ibiza collection, again, very suited to the current season, which is entering the summertime. And so they're promoting that because they know that's going to be trending. Again, you want to be focusing on trends. If you're not doing that, then you're not going to appeal to the target market, right? And then you're wondering why you're not making any sales or getting any conversions. Okay, so they've gone ahead and done that. Also, they've got, again, more video ads to diversify even further. Again, they want to use that and show more of their products, okay, while also maintaining their branding, which is very important as well. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. Odd better. And so as a result, they've gone ahead and used this strategy and created pretty much 6,000 ads. Okay. Now, obviously, at the scale they're at, they're able to do this. They're pretty much able to go ahead and they have a team behind them. They're able to pump out content very well, and they have a very cohesive strategy. So they're able to create this many ads. But obviously, you can do this at a smaller scale, right? And you need to do this anyway. So whether this number, whether you can achieve or not is irrelevant, really. What you need to do is actually go ahead and run, 20, 30, 40 ads, okay, with a similar strategy to this, and you'll be able to see, okay, what's working best for my brand? How can I improve certain ads? And how can I go ahead and reach my target market in a more effective way? Because you won't know this until you actually test it out. If you're not testing this out, then you're not going to know. And you're wondering why you're not making any sales. Okay. So you need to have this strategy in mind, right? It doesn't have to be 6,000 ads. So go ahead and run 20 ads, 30 ads, whatever you need to do. But you need to go ahead and be testing this out, because that's the only way you're going to be able to scale to these numbers. Okay. Now, having done that, they've gone ahead and done Google Shopping. Now, Google Shopping is obviously very important because, as you can see here, that they have 46% of their traffic on desktop coming from search, right? i.e. Google. So they've gone and done, Google Shopping. They have their bestsellers, being shown to maximize click-through rates, right, and conversions. Okay, they have the free shipping, right, notification shown here as well to attract more people who like free shipping, who understand, okay, there's no extra cost, and that's helping them with their conversions. So this is what they've gone and done with the Google Shopping, and they always have done Google Search as well. So that's very important. Obviously, they have their organic marketing, so that's also been working very well for them. Obviously, it didn't happen overnight. They've been posting for years, and then you need to do the same as well if you want to grow your account. Okay, they most likely have been using Instagram Boost as well, which is helping them to grow their account much faster. So obviously, you want to do both of those, and you want to also have a very good content strategy, a content calendar, all these different things, and so you have everything organized so that you're able to go ahead, okay, and say, not have any guessing game. You're able to look at the data on the back end and then be able to use that data in order to understand, okay, what is my community reacting to the best? I need to create more of this type of content. So that's what you need to take into account. Also, on top of that, they've got their social media on TikTok as well. Okay. So obviously, when you're wanting to grow organically, which is still possible, you can also do Instagram, your TikTok, and Pinterest, right? So these are the three major platforms you want to try and grow on, especially if you're in the fashion, health, and beauty space. And or whether you're any other D2C e-commerce brand, right? This is pretty much these three platforms you want to grow on. And obviously, you want to have a creative pipeline, right? So it's good enough just posting content, but you need to have a sort of strategy behind that, because you're just posting willy-nilly, then you're not going to get anywhere because you're not having any data that you're relying on and that you can use to understand, okay, what does my target market want, right? If you're not doing that, then you're not being a business owner. You're just spraying from the hip, and you're just like an ordinary person just creating content and posting on the internet, right? You're not thinking logically, right? That's emotional thinking. You need to actually have a strategy and base it on data so you can go ahead and iterate upon that. And then you're actually appealing to your target market, right? Which is what a real business owner does, right? When they try to sell products. So you need to have a pipeline where you can be posting every day or every week, right? Ideally, many times a week, so that you're actually able to create consistency. People are seeing your content frequently, you're nurturing them over time, and then they go ahead and convert maybe 1 week from now, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks from now, or maybe a few months from now, right? But the important is to stay consistent. Otherwise, you're just going to be sort of this brand which is just not getting a lot of brand presence, right? And also on top of that, you can go viral on TikTok if you know exactly how to go viral, right? Which is a whole different video, but that's really the direction you want to be going in. Okay. And again, even with the views that they're getting here, right? Only 1,000 views, 14,000 views. There's a lot of people are seeing the content, right? Just from posting a video, right? For free, pretty much. This is free marketing, right? So you need to make sure that you have the strategy and that you're trying to scale this up as well. Okay. And they've gone ahead and done the same thing with Pinterest. Okay. So that's their organic strategy. And that's what's contributing them to build a loyal following that actually got to buy, you're getting free customers, and you're bringing to the lifetime value as well. And that's infinitely scalable. Okay. So that's the ad in itself. Then you've got the homepage. Okay. If you don't understand this part, go ahead and watch it again, because again, this is very important. If you don't understand it, you're not going to be able to do anything with all of this, right? So you need to make sure you understand the strategy that you need to implement, creative wise, right? Ad copy, and also organic marketing as well. And then on terms of when the traffic goes to the website, right? They'll go to the homepage, they go to the product page. On the homepage, they will see, a hero image, and again, this is obviously to create a statement, give a good first impression, and it's to also create brand consistency from what they had shown on the ad. So when people click on this type of ad, for example, you see this is very consistent with what they're seeing here, right? You're seeing women wearing the clothing, right, in an elegant fashion. And in this case, they're also promoting a collaboration, right, in this situation. And this is with Jimmy Fairley. So they're trying to promote eyewear, and this is going to take them to their collection page, and people more like to purchase, right? Because obviously it's appealing to the trend, right? Now it's summer, people are going to want to try and buy eyewear. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. And then they also have another hero image. Okay, they're showcasing more products, right? In this case, it's back in stock items. Okay, so they're really trying to push that sort of front. They also have got more hero images, right? They're promoting the collection in this case. The models are wearing the clothing. Okay, they're still having brand consistency. It's very aesthetic, right? Which is what you need in the fashion industry. So, but it also is showcasing, okay, that these products are sustainable and people are able to, you can have the best of both worlds. It can look very glamorous, look very chic, but you can also have, these sort of sustainable qualities as well. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. They also have a sustainability report, i.e., a blog where they're appealing to the passionate target market. Now, that's very important because you want to indoctrinate these people. Okay, you want to attract these people who are into sustainability, because at the end of the day, these are the people that are going to buy from your brand and actually spend tons of money. So they've gone ahead and made this report and in order to showcase that they are being sustainable, that they are taking steps to do that, and what they're going to be doing in the future in order to improve their sustainability. Okay, so they're informing the target market, indoctrinating them further, and they create more brand loyalty, which is ultimately what we want, because we want people to buy again and again, right, after we acquire them. Okay, so if you're not doing these type of things, then your competitors are, and they're taking your customers. So you pretty much almost compulsory at this point. So you've got that. Then you've got the email pop-up. Okay, so this pops up after 3 seconds of visiting the website, and it showcases the branding but no discount. And also, the reason I don't really use discounts is because it doesn't align with their brand values, most likely. Otherwise, they'll be using this to be saying, okay, have 10% off your first order, 15% off your first order. And that's going to help with conversions, getting people to buy it on the first go. And then after you get them in, they're going to be effectively buying more of your products, right, over time. So that's what they could have gone ahead and implemented, but you can see that why they didn't. Most likely because they want to keep the brand sort of elevated. They don't want to promote sales. They send more expensive items, and that could ruin their brand identity. They start doing heavy discounts, or they try to introduce discounts. And obviously, on a psychological level, people are going to keep on expecting discounts after you provided it to them first. So they only buy when you only do discounts. So that's obviously not a good precedent to set. And, as a result, people are, not going to be conditioned that way. So that's very important. You may think it's very subtle. It may be like, oh, why didn't I provide any discounts? It goes a lot more deeper than that. And that's something that you completely missed out upon, right? Because you don't have an understanding of consumer psychology, right? Which is very important when it comes to getting to these numbers, because people react to different things, right? There's very little details which people are reacting to without them knowing it themselves. So if you don't know that, then how can you go ahead and implement it? So that's why they've got ahead and done. And this is why they separate from the rest, right? While everybody else is struggling, while everybody else is not knowing what they're doing, right? This brand has gone out and said, okay, we're going to make sure that we condition these people, that these people are not going to be expecting discounts, right? And as a result, we're going to be able to get sales, right, on the full price of items, and not have to worry about whether or not, if we do a sale, then we can get increased conversions. But once we remove the sales, then our conversions completely drop, because they've been conditioned to think a certain way, that they're basically being cheapskates. And as a result, they're just going to keep expecting a sale, and they only go buy when there's a sale, right? So you don't want that to happen, right? So when they visit the product page, guess what happens? They see the product, obviously, right, which they clicked on. And obviously, in this case, they have a brown background. It's sort of communicating their sort of branding, of being very sustainable. And that's sort of the field they're going for. They're also trying to appeal to women who like more pastel colors, right? So, or like very colorful backgrounds. So that's what they're really going for. Obviously, they've got the model wearing the product, right? And they're still maintaining the brand consistency. They have a free shipping bar up here as well. But as you can see, they're trying to show off their sustainability report, right? Which is obviously a big deal. A lot of brands are not doing it. So they're trying to keep pushing their USP of sustainability onto you. Okay. Now they've got the add a cart button above the fold. This maximizes conversion rates. And obviously, when you have the add a cart button present at all times on the page, this is going to enable the viewer to just click on it instead of scrolling down and cause more friction. So they're very smart with this as well. They also have a size guide, obviously necessary for clothing items, right? The last thing that you want is for people to return the item because it was the wrong size, or having to do exchanges, which is actually a quite complicated, right, process. So what they want to try and eliminate that and minimize that by providing a size guide. Again, all brands should be having a size guide, whether it's in the clothing space, especially fashion space, and if you're in the beauty space, then you want to have ingredients so that people understand what they're actually buying, right? There's no allergens, all this stuff. So they've gone ahead and done that. Obviously, this is an obvious one. They've got free sort of monthly payments, which can be implemented, okay, because it is a higher ticket item. They can, get people to buy on Afterpay. And they're also promoting free shipping as well. That's like a sort of incentive for people to go ahead and purchase. Okay. Now, after they've showcased the product, they've got the description, going into the brand as well as the collection and the product. You will see product recommendations. Okay. And obviously, this is the purpose of this is to cross sell. Okay. So they've gone ahead and done this, right? They showcase more products. Okay. It's not complementary per se. Obviously, a few of them will be, like, for example, because they're promoting the skirt here, you can wear this with the Basili top. Okay. And that's what they're trying to do, right? Those are trying to promote other skirts as well. So it's not particularly a cross sell. But they are trying to increase the AOV, which is very important, right? And as you can imagine, for them to get to $327 million, okay, in a single 12-month period, they're obviously going to be getting a lot of orders of people buying multiple items. So they've gone ahead and said, okay, we need to promote more of our items, increase the average order value to, let's say, $500, $750, right? And that's what's going to help them to drive more revenue. So they've gone ahead and done that. Now, when they enter the cart page, when they click on the add to cart button, they're going to see, the cart page, right? They're promoting their free carbon neutral shipping. Again, they're using the sustainability, right? That's visible again. They're trying to emphasize that USP so that people have gained more trust with them. They have an incentive to purchase. Now, obviously, the only issue here is that they haven't used any sort of widget here to try and get people to buy extra products. Okay, there's an opportunity for that if they wanted to, where they can add more products on this page so that people can see exactly, what other items they can buy and add on to their cart. Okay, so I know they do this on the product page, but they can also emphasize this on the cart page as well. They also have a low stock notification, however, to increase urgency, okay, which is also very important because usually, if you know consumer psychology, people look for every reason under the sun not to buy on the spot, okay, even though they may be, emotional creatures and they may buy at whim and impulsive, right? But they will also, especially with higher ticket products, they will try to look for a reason not to buy. So to give them a reason to purchase and say, oh, look, this is going to sell out very soon. And this will help to increase urgency. And as a result, more people are likely to purchase, right, on the spot and not come back later and then having to retarget them, right? And also, this is really going to help them to convert these people and increase conversion rates. So that's what they've gone ahead and done on the cart page. And then finally, when they are signed up, right, whether they check out or whether they go ahead and sign up over here, they're going to be effectively taken to the email marketing flow. Okay, so whether these are campaigns or they are automations, doesn't really matter, right? They're still being indoctrinated into the brand, they're still getting promoted to. Okay, so if you don't have an email marketing strategy, guys, then what on earth are you doing, right? You need to have the strategy in place, right? If you want to grow, right? People are not going to buy the first time. So if you're just bringing people to the traffic to the website and expecting them to purchase, right? 99% of these people to purchase when they visit the website, when they don't even know about your brand at all, right? Then you're completely deluded, right? You need to think realistically. You need to say to yourself, okay, not everybody's going to purchase. How do I get these people into my email marketing list so I can promote to them for effectively free for as long as they're on the list, right? And this is going to help to increase my lifetime value, increase conversions, increase revenue overall, because 30% of your revenue is supposed to be coming from email. So how on earth are you going to be able to get to these type of numbers, or anywhere, even a tenth of that, even what, $3 million a year, you know, if you're not implementing a robust strategy of being able to retain customers or retain people who are coming to the website and not converting. Okay, so you need to have that in place, right? So this email follows the same branding. Okay, helps to build brand consistency. Again, very important. People undermine this and say, "Oh, you just put up any image." No, you need to be very strategic with that, because people are going to be sort of relating to your brand in a certain way, and if you start to go outside of the branding image, right, you create cognitive dissonance. People are not then going to have less trust for your brand subconsciously, and then they're not going to purchase, right? You're reducing your conversion rates without you knowing it. So you need to have the brand consistency. Then they also have strong, bold titling. Obviously, they use Rekindle in this case. Okay. Again, they're using that to create brand imagery, right? They didn't just use this word for no reason. They used it because they want to communicate a certain association with their brand, their products. Okay. So they've gone ahead and use that with this wording. Okay. They've got the product here. Again, feminine product. And they've got models wearing other products as well, and they're showcasing it. They're not telling you the name of the products or the pricing of it. Okay, and they want to create intrigue so that you actually click on the ad and you go ahead and explore further. Okay, now more products shown without the price. Okay, again, they are a more expensive product. The brand is well, sort of mid ticket, so their goal is not to show that they're affordable or any of the stuff, right? Their goal is to showcase high quality products, showcase it with the models that looks very attractive. And once you do that, people don't care about the price that much anymore, if at all, right? If they feel they can achieve a desired outcome with these products, right, which i.e. to be very elegant, to actually stand out from other people and to feel attractive, then they will go and buy, even if this is $1,000, right? So that is what they are effectively doing. And then obviously this is quite a long email, right? But this is pretty much a collection page at this point, right? They're showcasing the products, right? On this page, people are scrolling down and people are getting a feel for the products that are on offer. And it also helps to increase conversion rates because people can see exactly, what products being offered by the brand, right? The more products that you show to them, the more likely they're going to click on one and the more likely they're going to purchase the result. So they're giving them a lot of choices here. And again, this is going to capture intrigue. Okay, people are going to be clicking around, right? Whether they click on this email or another email, or they go back to the website. Either way, they've been intrigued by what this email is showing them. Okay, and as you know, when you show this type of stuff in the email, it's actually high up in the funnel that you're showing these products compared to them going to the collection page. So it's actually more accessible for people, to see your products. This is why email is very important, because it's another place where you can reach your target market, right? And actually showcase your products. So that's pretty much what they're going to do head and done. They've got shown more products, more promotions, or more products in a sense, and they've used models as well. So that's how they're able to use their email marketing. And obviously, when people click on the ad, they get taken back through the funnel. When they click on the email, they get taken to the product page or the home page, right? And the cycle starts again, okay? And then they may convert, okay? They see more emails, they go back again to the product page and they buy more products. And this is how you maximize your AOV. This is how you maximize your lifetime value. Okay, this is how people are spending $10,000 lifetime value on products. Okay, because they buy 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, right? In what, a 5-year period, right? So that's how they're able to maximize lifetime value. And this is how you're going to be able to get to $327 to $350 million in a single year. Okay. Now, this obviously looks basic. It looks simplistic now that I've covered everything. Okay. And you may have gone ahead and watched different parts of the video because, again, I told you, if you don't understand this, then this other parts won't work, and you're just going to be spinning your wheels, and it's just not going to be working for you. It's like you're just wasting your time, pretty much. So by this point, you would have had an understanding of each part of the funnel and be able to understand, okay, this is what they're doing. This is what my competitors are doing, right? And I need to go ahead and take action on trying to implement this sort of stuff. So what you need to do now is you can do this by yourself, okay, which I don't recommend because you don't have the skill to be able to do that. Even though you have the information, you don't have the heuristics to understand how to implement each part. You can make a lot of errors, which is going to be either very detrimental to your brand and it's going to leave you years of learning iteration, which you could have saved by taking a different route. But again, if you're a smart person and you understand that time is money, and that you actually need to prioritize your time because time is finite, okay? You understand that people like me have been able to do exactly the same thing for brands that I work with, okay, and generate tons of revenue for them because I have an understanding of each part of this process, right? And this funnel. So what you can do, if you're interested in how want these type of results effectively, $64,000 in a single month, $385,000 in a 60-day period, $70,000 in a 30-day period, then what you need to do is either watch more of my content so you can get indoctrinated into, how to do this sort of stuff and start implementing it, or you can work with me one-on-one, okay, or enter my community, whatever it may be, right? Don't have to work with me one-on-one, but you can also get resources from me, right, in order to try and implement this. You can go to the link in the description. You can book in a one-on-one call, okay? Obviously, you have to answer the question because I just don't work with everybody or anybody. And then you can go ahead and see if you're a good fit for what I do, which is effectively helping you with your ads, okay? I consult you on your ads, your marketing, your logistics, your product, right? Your website, conversion rate optimization, your organic marketing strategy, all of these different things, right? All of it comes down to your branding as well, which I consult on. But it provides holistic solution, right? For people just don't understand, right, the whole holistic strategy, but I fill in the gaps for them, and that's how we're able to generate these type of numbers. Okay, so if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, okay, then click the link in the description. We take you to a calendar page where you can book in a call, okay, answer the questions, and we'll see whether we can work together. Otherwise, you can go to my Instagram. Again, I have content on Instagram as well, which can help you, and you can DM me there. Again, where I'll see if you're a good fit for what I do. Again, if you have any questions, you can look at my videos, okay, because it's just one video. One video is not enough for you to understand all of this. Even though I covered it, you need to go ahead and watch it again, and you need to go ahead and watch the other videos that I have done, okay? For example, the one I did with Meow, okay, which goes over what they're doing and how they're going ahead and implementing their own strategies. I've done one with Caudalie, right, where they have a completely different strategy and they're using different types of content and they've been able to execute upon this very well to do 21 million. Okay, so you need to go ahead and try and understand all of these different elements. Watch those videos, okay, and then you can go ahead and contact me and see if I can help. So I'll see you on the next video.